been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.
What's going on, guys? Tristan and Tony here with the One Hell of a Life Outdoor Podcast. What's going on?
What's going on? Good morning. Good Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning podcast. Usually we're doing it on like a weeknight after work, so it's kind of different to be doing it on Sunday morning. But
Yep. Thanks for joining us, guys.
yeah, so last time we were on the podcast, we were talking about our turkey failures and just going over a lot of strategy and just tips from Cade and hearing some funny stories and all that. And since then, there's been some recent developments that many of you have probably seen on social media.
Yeah. There's been a drastic turn of events, and Tristan made it happen.
Yeah, it was definitely a team effort, but now we're actually spring turkey killers. So.
No, actually, we are like veteran badasses. And you want to know how to turkey hunt? I'm going to tell you, just give me a call. I know it all now.
Well,
that's a joke.
Yeah, I guess we should just start from the top,
Yeah.
Maybe I guess we can just backtrack to how this whole thing started. I mean, I think we talked about last year, and how we found this area or whatever, but going back to the first time we went out this year, we go out there and we had a feeling there would be turkeys out in this area on this WMA, and we get out there and we knew that we weren't going to be able to stalk them because, we'd tried that before. It wasn't going to work.
Yep.
So we tried.
And they weren't responding to calls.
Exactly. So we tried calling them off the field that first night. No success.
Mm-mm.
Fast forward to the next day. And we're like, all right, we're going to go get out there, get set up or whatever. And I think... Earlier, yeah. And that was the day that we tried to get out earlier and they were there, right?
Yeah,
Again. And then they fed off the field or whatever. So then we ran over and got set up.
Yep.
And that's when the heartbreak was that we talked about in the last podcast.
Correct. Your timeline is very accurate. Yes.
So that's
when we were at the bottom of the hill.
Yes. The failure of the turkey hunting.
And to be quite honest, he and I just about said, all right, I'll turkey hunt next year.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we was like, all right, we took it on the chin, but we got a surge of adrenaline fueled by our buddy Cade.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll take you into Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, I get off work, run up there. Tristan had some late appointments. He couldn't make it. And after hours, and I had to just run up there real quick and got up there, sure enough. But I get up there and there's another truck parked at the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
And this is public land. And I'm like, oh, man. And I'm like, I don't want to mess him up, So what I did is before I got close, instead of doing what everybody else does and hoots and everything, I just put out a couple of yelps. Didn't hear anything, snuck up to the field edge, and there's a decoy in the field. I text Tristan and Cade. I'm like, gosh, dang it. I said, dude beat me. I said, fair enough, and I'm like, and of course, Cade's cracking all kinds of jokes, like telling me to go cut him off and stuff like that. We're joking around, but he ended up feeding off, long story short, and I set up.
You said there was a decoy at first.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, hold on. So, so there's this decoy's out there, and I'm staring at it for like 3 or 4 minutes, and it's not moving. And I was like, I need to make sure that's not a turkey, because I have to go somewhere else.
Yeah, so he went out there, and he looked at this field and saw a turkey not moving and thought it was a decoy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, thank you, Tristan. And
so you're all mixed up there.
Yeah, dude,
calling turkeys decoys and decoys turkeys.
This is how jacked up I still am from all this, dude. I'm telling you, man. And so anyway, I kept staring at, and I text those guys, and I was, I pretty much thought the other guy beat me to the field, and then I thought I better look at it again, and so I looked at it, and it was still in the same spot even after I texted you guys. And so I snuck over there and I looked at it again, and all of a sudden its head went down. And in my mind, because I was so sold that this hunter had beat me out there, I'm like, dude, I didn't know you could use motorized decoys. I was like, but of course I was just like slapped myself and I was like, dude, it's a turkey, and a nice gobbler. So anyway, he ended up feeding off, to the north, but I pinpointed where he was. And because the idea I'm thinking is, all right, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go into the next day.
Yeah. So then, we come to the day that we ended up killing the turkey, and, whole game plan was like, we got to beat this turkey out to this field. So thankfully we finally did beat him out to the field, and we get out there.
Well, we think he was moving later because it was so hot.
Yeah. It was 84 degrees that day. So, we think that's kind of why we lucked out getting them, beating them out to the field or whatever.
Yep.
And, we get up there and we set up a ground blind, and, from the last story, the decoy kind of screwed us the first time, so we're not going to do the decoy. Definitely not doing any calling in the afternoon. And this turkey comes out, and it's like at 100 yards, it's feeding and stuff. And no exaggeration, it took a good hour and a half for this turkey to feed, from 100 yards to where we ended up shooting it at 30 yards. And it was like nerve-wracking the whole time, because
oh my god,
when it got within, you're just sitting there just waiting for something to go wrong. And there'd be periods of time where this bird would just stand there for 5 minutes and barely move its head and just go back to feeding. And when it got within 50 yards, I kept wanting to shoot, and you're like, no, wait till you're
well, stop.
shot.
Let's back up a second here. So before he gets into 50 yards, Tristan's like, put the camera down. I go, what? And he's like, put the camera down. He goes, I don't want to risk anything right now. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if we do that, we're eliminate another possibility of failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pretty certain on the fact that, we want to kill this turkey. So we actually shut the camera off at a certain point. We did get some footage of him and everything, but...
And keep in mind, we don't have a tripod or anything. It's filming with your hand. So, you're holding your iPhone with your hand. You're risking, turkey seeing something on the phone or whatever. So
yeah, a flash, or you just never know, a little flash of sun or whatever. But so we decided not to, but we did get some good footage of him. You could see that beard dragging the ground. But anyway, he got within. We kept picking out this mound, and the thing would go out into the sun and feed, and then it would go back into the shade. And it was as if he just like was regulating his body temperature or something. But he was also just like very cautious. And like Tristan said, there were so many times that you thought, oh, he's going that way. He's going this way. He's going back. He's, it's just so mentally stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And, he got up there within that 50-yard, radius, or that point that we had marked out the field. And he got out there, and I couldn't look at it anymore because I'm like, I was getting nervous, and I was just like, man, if this bird decides to walk off again or something. As waterfowlers, we experience all kinds of extreme weather conditions. Stay bone dry and warm with Frog Togs hunting gear. You can check them out at frogtogs.com or at frogtogshunt on Instagram. Then I'm just like, I don't know if I could take it. And Tristan's got the gun up, got a bead on him the whole time. And you want me to still take it from there?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Tristan's locked on that thing. And all of a sudden, I see the turkey just slowly get into a full strut. And I'm like...
And this is when it was about 30 yards or so. It had fed for a long time to get closer and closer.
Yeah. And it did that. And closer, we're waiting for the best opportune shot. If he's still coming, we're going to let him come. And anyway, he does that. And I thought to myself, why is he doing that? And I started looking across the whole field, and here comes another gobbler, but he's all the way across the field, paralleling us.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, two things are getting ready to happen. Either one, he's going to stand here and keep doing this and be like, if you come over here, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to say, I'm coming over there and whooping your ass.
Yeah.
And so I had my head down and everything. I just told Tristan, I said, dude, as soon as his head's straight up and down, because one thing we notice at least is that if their head's not straight up and down, that turkey head just keeps moving, man. No, if it's straight out, it's just always moving. And as soon as it got straight up and down, and it was kind of walking the opposite direction, really. And,
Yeah, because I shot it looking back over its left shoulder, like its head was turned and up.
Yeah.
So it kind of hit like the part of that front shoulder, and its neck is really where I hit it mostly.
Yep. But take it from there, man. You're the
Yes.
one that shot it.
Well, I just was thinking, there's no way I'm missing this turkey. And so I was just completely dialed in, and you had so much time that there was no there was, the pressure of shooting and you're nervous, but not like, it wasn't overwhelming. I knew I was definitely going to make it happen and just sit there and follow through and everything. And when I shot it or whatever, it took me a second to realize I hit it, first of all, because I was like, just trying to stay down into the gun or whatever. And
inside the blind too, it's such a big boom, and
yeah, and the thing kind of, I want to say it like ran a little bit, stumbled and like flipped.
Yeah, like fell on its side and tried to run a little bit,
and then got back up and started running again. So I just racked another shell and shot it, and then that was the end of the turkey.
It said, "I'm done."
Yeah,
it was over pretty quick right then. So
yep.
Anyway, that TSS, man, that stuff's got some knockdown power. I think I just picked them up. They were in this Browning number 7s.
Oh yeah,
and that it did the job, man. No doubt about that.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, it was funny. I saw a post yesterday on Facebook that was like, what did it say? PSA: nobody gives a shit about what kind of turkey ammo you're shooting. But it's funny that
we won't say his last name. It was Steve.
Yeah. It's just funny though, because everyone you talk to, from our perspective, is like, oh, this TSS gotta use blah blah blah, So I think he was finally just like, shut up.
I'm over it. Yeah. He told everybody shut the F up, dude. That was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. But so of course we got everything on video from right after it happens, walking out, all that stuff, and we'll have a YouTube out. This is coming out tomorrow on Monday, so I think Wednesday we'll probably have the video out. And yeah, we just last night we I cooked it on the Traeger. I smoked it, and it took about 7 hours, and turned out pretty good. I mean, from what I've read of wild turkeys, your dark meat, the legs and stuff are going to be really tough, and basically people say you can just take that, shred it, and make turkey noodle soup out of it. So that's the plan with that stuff. But we threw some of that Smitty's beard sauce on there, and on the turkey breast, and it was pretty good. So shout out to Smitty's beard sauce. And,
that was good. The ghost pepper, dude, was awesome.
Yeah, that was really good, and it's not overpowering at all.
No, it's not. It's just got a very unique flavor. Man, we had him on the podcast. I asked him, I go, was this like grandma's recipe, or did you just come up with this stuff? And he's like, literally spice by spice, picked them by hand.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really good stuff.
Yeah. And the other thing to be on the lookout for is what we're dropping tomorrow night. Cade shot a turkey in Tennessee, obviously. And, that we've, if you guys follow us on social media, we've posted some stuff about that. But he actually filmed it, and I went and produced the episode of it, and we're going to be dropping it on our YouTube tomorrow night. So it's going to be fun.
Heck yeah, man.
So, but yeah, this is a big old pretty bird and awesome hunt and stuff.
God, dude, gobbling. Oh, there's all kinds of gobbling going on, and it's getting Cade all jacked up, and he's like on zero sleep, and stayed up all night, went to the casino, for the first time in his life. You guys are going to love this it's a good little story, man. It's funny. And he gets out there, and there's turkeys gobbling everywhere. You can hear them in every direction. And it's just what you dream to have happen,
And we're so excited to be bringing you guys some turkey content kind of on the heels of changing the podcast name. It's turkey out of the the fishing, the duck hunting, and deer and all the other stuff we do is like the newest thing to us, and the thing we're the most green at. And to be able to have early success after changing this podcast, to be able to talk about it right during turkey season is pretty damn cool, I think.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man.
So
yep. So yeah, so we got some great turkey stuff coming, and actually, do you want coffee that doesn't suck? Get the Duck. Dirty Duck coffee is made specifically for the waterfowl enthusiast. Enjoy flavors like Morning Wood, Dark Dynasty, Cinnamon Teal Snickerdoodle, and First Flight to unlock the flavor that you'll enjoy in the blind for years to come. Our friends at Dirty Duck Coffee Company are now offering all Zero Duck 30 followers a 15% discount when you use code ZeroDuck15 on your next order. To drop a little hint, apparently Mr. Weatherford is bag number 2.
Oh, really? Did he?
Yeah, or I thought I saw a video of that come through.
Yeah, he called one in for his grandpa. Is what it was. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Which is
so
still pretty
Houdane was
cool.
with him.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't get that part. I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So he.
Well, I heard more than one person giggling.
Yeah, and Cade's like, get ready. Yeah, this video of this turkey, man, Cade's filming it, and, I've seen videos before of them running in, which is like, kind of cool to see him running in all fired up, but you hear Cade and his grandpa just giggling, like, get ready.
Like it's getting ready to happen, like right now.
Oh, that was so funny.
And it did.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. But
that's right.
Yep. So anyway, we got that coming out, and the other video, and we just really excited about a new guest that we're going to be having coming on. He's a good friend of ours, MMA fighter, godly man, helps veterans. He's an animal. He wrestles alligators and iguanas, and picks up poop. And
I don't know if there's anything this guy doesn't do. I don't know how. He's got, I think, 2 or 3 kids too, and a wife.
This guy is an incredible dude. His name's Mike Dragic. You guys got to look him up, check him out. He's just a great role model, a great man, a great father and husband, and godly guy. And we can't wait to have him come on and tell his story. He's actually going on a trip right now to Vortex and to Matthews to tour their facilities, and he's going to be able to tell us all about that when he gets back. He said,
"Yeah, that's gonna be really neat." And you want to talk about like a Florida outdoorsman that does just about everything you can do in Florida. I mean, this guy's a duck hunter. You mentioned wrangling gators and iguanas. He's got a business doing that kind of stuff, and he needs his starting to get to the point where he needs a TV show, I feel like. So.
Well, he's got a dog. He's got when I said picking up poop, he's got a business and does that. They go around picking up poop, which is fine.
Yeah.
And he does very well at it.
Yeah, they got man, I wish I can't think of the name of the company, but they got those trucks that drive around too for the guys that are, the poop technicians or whatever, that are real catchy looking truck. But yeah, so that's exciting. We'll have him on, and as always, we're plugging away at several other guests to get on the podcast. So
yep, you guys can check him out on Instagram at bluecollar_brawler, and you guys, and he's also running Project Savior Outdoors. So anyway, we'll be having him on first week of May.
Yep. So yeah, I guess that's well. That won't be I guess there'll be another podcast in between, and then there'll be him. So
yep.
But yeah, so that's pretty much the latest on the turkey front. I mean, probably need to get out and do some fishing again for too long.
Heck yeah. No, well, we're planning that. We're planning on having Drew up, and we're going to be going out and doing some trout fishing. So
yeah, that's true.
We're excited about doing that, and hopefully maybe we get somebody on here that knows what they're doing with trout fishing.
Yeah, no kidding. To give us some tips before we go out and try to do that. But
Yep. So, all right, guys, we'll check it out. Just wanted to get out to you guys with a short podcast this morning, and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the One Hell of a Life podcast, and we will be back next week.
I've been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.